Manga, the iconic Japanese comic art form, weaves a captivating narrative that transcends time and culture. The evolution of manga is a journey marked by technological milestones, from the traditional Japanese inking methods of ancient times to the cutting-edge digital tools shaping the contemporary manga landscape. In this essay, we embark on an in-depth exploration, paying particular attention to the tools and techniques that have defined each era of manga's creation. Before the advent of modern printing techniques, artistic precursors to modern mangaka employed traditional Japanese inking methods, emphasizing the use of brushes and ink on surfaces like handmade washi paper or silk scrolls. The process was meticulous, with artists utilizing varying brushstrokes to convey emotions and atmospheric nuances. This manual approach for artwork creation allowed for a direct and personal connection between the artist and the medium. Woodblock printing, a prevailing technique in the Edo period, further influenced manga's visual aesthetics. Carving illustrations onto wooden blocks and then printing them onto paper facilitated the mass production of manga, making it more accessible to a wider audience. The detailed craftsmanship involved in this process added a mixture of texture to manga art, contributing to its distinct visual appeal. As Japan transitioned into the Meiji era from 1868 to 1912, technological advancements in printing and publishing played a pivotal role in the popularization of manga. The emergence of manga magazines marked a turning point, providing a platform for artists to showcase their works on a larger scale. The serialized nature of these publications encouraged the development of longer and more intricate narratives within the medium. Lithography and later offset printing techniques revolutionized the production of manga magazines, allowing for more efficient and cost-effective publishing. This technological leap broadened the readership base, making manga a widely consumed and influential cultural phenomenon. Lithography is a printing technique that involves creating images on a flat surface, typically a smooth stone or metal plate, using oil and water. The process relies on the principle that oil and water repel each other. The image is drawn or transferred onto the surface with an oil-based substance, and then the plate is dampened with water. The areas not covered by the oil-based image retain water, while the oiled parts repel it. Ink is then applied to the plate, adhering only to the oil-based image. Finally, the image is transferred onto paper or another material. Offset printing, on the other hand, is a modern printing method derived from lithography. It utilizes a series of rollers to transfer an inked image from a metal plate to a rubber blanket before being pressed onto the printing surface. This indirect process distinguishes offset printing from direct printing methods like letterpress. Offset printing is known for its high quality and cost-effective reproduction of images, and making it a widely used technique in the production of various printed materials, including newspapers, magazines, and books. The method's versatility and ability to handle large print runs contributes to its popularity in the world of commercial printing. The introduction of photomechanical printing marked a revolutionary shift in manga production during the early 20th century. This process involved creating printing plates directly from photographic negatives, enabling a more detailed and refined reproduction of artwork. Manga artists could now focus on intricate line work and nuanced shading, pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling. Photomechanical printing is a printing process that involves the use of photographic techniques to create printing plates for reproducing images. The process typically begins with a photograph or an image that is converted into a halftone negative. This negative is then exposed onto a light-sensitive material such as a metal or plastic plate coated with a photosensitive emulsion. After exposure, the plate undergoes a development process to create a pattern of varying tones based on the original image. The resulting plate, known as a halftone plate, contains tiny dots that vary in size and spacing, representing different shades and details of the image. The halftone plate is then used in the printing press to transfer ink onto paper. As the press rolls over the plate, the ink adheres to the raised dots on the plate and is then transferred onto the paper, creating a reproduction of the original image. This method allows for the mass production of printed materials with detailed and realistic images, making photomechanical printing a widely used process in the production of books, magazines, and other printed materials. In addition to photomechanical printing, advancements in print technology allowed for the integration of color within manga pages. While color had been used sparingly in woodblock prints, the ability to reproduce vibrant hues in mass-produced manga covers and spreads opened up new creative possibilities for artists. The impact of World War II brought unprecedented challenges to the manga industry. The scarcity of resources, government censorship, and the shift in societal focus towards wartime propaganda influenced the content and production of manga during this turbulent period. Many manga artists turned to producing works that reflected the prevailing nationalistic sentiment and required cheaper production costs for the wartime effort, using washed recycled paper called senka. Despite the challenges, manga persevered, adapting to the constraints imposed by wartime conditions. Post-war, the manga industry underwent a process of rebuilding, embracing new printing technologies and catering to the changing tastes of readers. The resilience of manga artists and publishers during this era laid the foundation for the medium's continued growth in the decades to come. In the 20th century, manga artists employed a variety of traditional tools to bring their creations to life. Pens with flexible nibs and brushes were fundamental instruments, allowing artists to achieve the expressive dynamic lines characteristic of manga art. India ink, often applied with brushes, played a pivotal role in the creation of bold lines and intricate details. Screen tones, used to convey shading and texture, were introduced through adhesive sheets, with patterns that artists would cut and apply to the artwork. Drafting tools, such as rulers and compasses, aided in achieving precise layouts and perspective. For corrections and edits, artists turned to white ink or correction fluid. Wood and G-pen nibs, known for their distinct line variations, became staples in the artist's toolkit. These traditional tools, coupled with an artist's skill and creativity, laid the foundation for the captivating and diverse visual storytelling found in the 20th century manga. Once completed, original pages of manga filled with the artist's drawings are then sent to publishers and photographed to create a mold into which hot lead was poured, or turned into offset printing sheets. In the 1970s and 1980s, the advent of photocopiers and desktop publishing revolutionized the manga creation process. Manga artists could now experiment with layouts, incorporate text more dynamically, and make edits with greater ease. The democratization of production tools allowed aspiring creators to self-publish and share their works independently, paving the way for a vibrant subculture of doujinshi. The late 1980s saw the introduction of digital coloring and tone application in manga production. Artists began using computers to add color and tones to their illustrations, providing a level of visual richness and detail previously unattainable with traditional methods. This shift marked the beginning of manga's transition into the digital realm, setting the stage for the technological revolution that would unfold in the following decades. The 1990s marked a pivotal shift with the widespread adoption of digital tools in manga creation. Personal computers and graphic tablets became essential instruments for artists, allowing for more precise and efficient illustration. Software like Adobe Photoshop provided unprecedented control over colors, shading, and the overall composition, offering manga creators new avenues for creativity. The emergence of the internet fundamentally altered the distribution and consumption of manga. Webcomics gained popularity, and online platforms provided a space for creators to publish and share their work globally. This further democratization of manga creation allowed independent artists to reach audiences without the need for traditional publishing channels, fostering a diverse range of styles and narratives. The mid-2000s witnessed a significant transition from print to digital publishing. Manga publishers began releasing titles in digital formats, making content accessible to a broader audience through ebooks and dedicated manga platforms. This shift catered to the changing preferences of readers who sought instant access to their favorite series on digital devices. Digital platforms not only changed the way manga was consumed, but also transformed the serialization process. Simulcasting, releasing English manga chapters simultaneously with their Japanese counterparts, became a global phenomenon. This approach allowed international fans to engage with the latest manga content in real time, creating a shared experience across borders. In conclusion, the technological evolution of manga from traditional Japanese inking methods to the digital era mirrors a captivating journey of innovation. The seamless blend of traditional and cutting-edge tools has not only enriched the visual storytelling, but also democratized the creation and distribution of manga. As we witness the global reach and real-time consumption of manga content, it's clear that the roots in traditional techniques have sprouted into a flourishing, borderless future for this iconic Japanese art form.